How does it feel to follow your soul truth, to be your greatest self? I'm Destin, living my soul journey through dance in every stage of life, through figure skating from age 5 to competitions everywhere, through writing, poetry, creating my dream book, following my intuition to be with you, to speak with inspiring soul leaders here, unlocking the keys to their journey and share tools you can take home. Welcome to Fatum, where we choose to be our greatest self. Hi, I'm Destin. I'm so glad you're here. Welcome to Fatum, a space to journey inward and upward to discover what it truly means to be our greatest and highest self with the help of inspiring soul leaders from around the world. And let's be honest, don't we need this now more than ever? Today's guest is someone whose life's work is devoted to helping others face transition with courage and compassion. Stefanie Caponi is an astrologer, tarot reader, illustrator, and author of The Guided Tarot, which has sold over 175,000 copies. For over 20 years, her work has centered around shadow work, healing, and creativity, using tarot and astrology as vehicles to access the hidden realms of the self. She established her professional practice after creating her first deck called the Moon Void Tarot. Today, she is widely recognized as a leading tarot and astrology expert with features in Well and Good, The Every Girl, Refinery 29, and more. Stefanie now lives in Florida with her husband, Kevin, their daughter, and 3 cats. But her latest news? She just released a brand new book called Tarot for Manifestation. Before we dive into our conversation today, I want to share something from my heart to you, because writing is how I connect with my own soul. And this poem grew from that journey. Inspired by today's conversation, this poem is called Journey of the Blackbird. We move long time until something or someone nudges us to move differently, to feel our feet, the scrapes, the undoing that turns us inside out, to stillness, to wonder, to ataraxy. Life in the heavens, life in hidden places, pure potential revealed, a path beyond fear, beyond love, outside of thyself, beyond the itch of a moment. A blackbird sings, sacred in migration, nocturnal, dressed in coal with yellow eyes to mourn, eyes of fierce devotion, in light, in flight, and in fire. I see myself sacrificing lifetimes for this 1 second of truth, discovering the infinite in this one breath. We are all blackbirds, songs spilling into the dark and into the light, yet out of the light, reminding us no flight is wasted, no transformation too small. The journey, never ending, is never an ending, but a turning, a return to the self we thought we lost, only to realize we were whole all along, while our yellow eyes mourn what no longer serves. We are still whole, songs spilling into the dark and into the light, migrating and becoming. Which brings me to Stefanie. Thank you so much for being here. I love just learning about your story and all of your incredible work, really helping people kind of push through so much fear and into empowerment. Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much for having me, and thank you for your beautiful poem. I loved it.
Of course. Well, it's all about pushing through this darkness and fear, and I think that that's kind of what your work is really all about. And to kick things off, I'd like to get into your soul mission, your inner calling, your work right now. What would you say that is as a whole?
Right now, my work is really centered around helping people feel safe during times of transition and uncertainty. When you just feel that thing inside of you that's pushing you out of your nest and out of your comfort zone, and so many times we back away from it when it starts to feel really uncomfortable and the ground seems to, be breaking apart beneath us. But
Mhm.
that is the time to jump and to take the leap, and that's when people seem to find my work.
And your work, you use tools of both astrology and tarot, right?
Yes.
And so for
Yes.
people at home, what is tarot? Let's just break it down real quick.
All right. So tarot cards, I think everybody knows what they are, but they don't really understand their purpose.
Right?
Tarot to me is a tool for personal development rather than something
Yeah.
mystical,
I,
fortune
I feel like
telling.
it could be misconstrued as something outside of yourself, rather a tool for looking inside.
Yes, it is fully a tool. The way that I use it for myself, the way I write about it in my books and work with clients is to help them access their own intuition
Mm,
and to learn how to trust themselves, because your intuitive voice whispers to you when the voice of fear screams at you, or the voice of your ego really is
mhm.
like shouting at you, I need to, I'm turning 40 years old. I need to have this, this, and this, or I need external validation in order to feel worthy. And, your intuitive
Right.
voice is saying, this doesn't make
Right. It's a little softer. It's a little
any way
softer.
softer.
So your ego and fear are much more connected together at the end of the day.
Right, because at the end of the day, your nervous system is here to help protect you,
Right.
and it perceives any type of change, even good change, as a threat. And so we internally battle ourselves, right? To try to like shut it up. And tarot, reading tarot for yourself and developing a tarot practice is a way to kind of sit with that fear and say, thank you so much. I understand that you're just here trying to protect me.
Right.
And I love that for us. But I want you to know that there's something more out there, and
Right.
I'm ready to go for it. And so I need to help. I need your help so I can start listening to that intuitive voice, so I can let the universe align the right things on my path.
Right. And can anyone do it?
Everybody can do it. That's the great thing. There's no denomination to tarot. You don't have to worry about being a beginner. I think a lot of people too, we don't want to start things because we're afraid of looking like a novice and
Like
not
anything,
knowing.
really.
And I can assure you, I have the number one best-selling tarot book on Amazon for the last 5 years running, and I was a beginner too.
I think that that's why your new book, Tarot for Manifestation, resonates so much. I loved how it is so simply understood. You break down so many incredible sections, from setting intention to cultivating gratitude to even though you might feel the fear, do it anyway. It's just like such a guide to kind of how to navigate everyday life, in addition to using tarot and astrology to kind of connect with yourself even more. It's not about like telling the future, it's about helping yourself now.
Yes. I think when when people want to get into manifestation or dabble with it, there's this fear of, oh, it's not going to work for me.
Right. Right.
And I think tarot kind of gently holds your hand through it and say, you know what, that's okay. Have compassion for yourself and where you're at. And again, my book is really focused on walking that balance between regulating your nervous system so you can
Mhm.
become the person that has the things that you're asking for,
Right.
and stepping outside of your comfort zone to
Right.
break out of the ruts and routines that are not helping your growth so
Right.
that you can make it to that next level. It's, you have to
It's a
dance with the
flow.
universe.
It's
Yes,
a
it's a flow.
it's a lot of vulnerability as well. So kind of talking about the flow of your life, getting into your journey, you've had such a huge transformation and transition from like old to new self. Can you tell me a little bit? I know you said that in your 30s, by the way, you look so young. You're like back in my your 30s, you walked away from a lot, I think. Can you talk a little bit about that huge transition for you and what it meant?
Yes. I spent my entire 20s people pleasing and going after those big milestones that we think we have to have in
Mhm.
order to feel successful.
Right.
So I had the great job and career, making amazing money, traveling abroad, buying Chanel bags, being married, like working towards buying a home. And I looked at my life when I was 33 and I said, I have so many things on my like bucket list
Hmm.
and I'm miserable. I was in, I was married to a very nice man. He's such a good person, but we wanted completely different things
Right.
and we couldn't get on the same page. And the more we tried to align,
Mm.
the further and further we grew apart. And the last year we were
Mm.
married, we were doing completely separate things. He was following his dreams that I had no interest in, and I was pursuing the things that he had no interest in. And the more we gave ourselves permission to follow those passions, everything imploded. And I left the marriage. I quit my job. I gave away everything I had. I realized that healing my inner child didn't
Mhm.
mean buying them all the things that they couldn't have when they were little and taking them on the trips that they weren't able to take. And
Right.
all of that wasn't satisfying the deep emptiness and sadness that I felt. Destin, I didn't have a job. I had my savings.
So
When
scary.
I left all of this, I packed it all into the car. I drove to New York. I rented a room in a house out on Long Island near the beach.
Wow.
And I just had tarot decks, books, journals, and a lot of time to go for walks and process.
Right. And that's what writing has
There's
been for me too. I mean, I was literally a hermit for years, just writing poetry, going through that shadow work in my way, which kind of manifested its way through poetry. And for you, it was um the same writing, journaling, expressing yourself, going inward until you found that light grew, and now you're sharing that light with the world. And I think that this book really reflects that journey and kind of what worked for you, because I definitely resonate with so much of it. And thank you so much for putting this together. It's quite an incredible little book. It's not even like, it doesn't even take a lot to get through, and that's what makes it so nice and easy, because it's so relatable. Um, I would love to kind of get into your toolkit. So, what you now what are the daily kind of practices and rituals that you go to help you stay grounded and connected? Obviously, you lean into tarot. We know that. Anything else beyond the deck?
again my journaling practice.
Mm.
I have multiple journals for multiple things.
Oh yeah.
I have a daily journal where I do if you're a person who's ever heard of or done the artist way, I have my morning pages where it's just pure stream of conscious brain dumping.
Nice.
And then I have my intentional manifestation journal
Mm.
where I do scripting. So a big part of my book is writing love letters to the universe and how getting into feeling, because they always say act as if before it happens. And
Right.
if you're like deeply in the poo, it's really hard to pull yourself
Get
out
out of
and be
it.
like, yeah, I have a successful business and I'm making money.
Right.
So writing is what really changed that, because it helped me override my thinking brain that was
Hmm.
going to give me a million examples and say, nope, this is why that's not here yet. But
Right.
the 3D realm lags behind. Once you make a decision,
Right.
this is where you're at and where you're heading, reverse engineer it. So I write about every night before I go to sleep. I write out my day for tomorrow.
Oh, great. Your
So I'll
thoughts,
write out
your thoughts and your energy leads the 3D experience at the end of the day.
100%. So I write it out. This is how my day went. This is how my chat with Destin went today. It was like chatting with a bestie and we had the best time, stuff like that.
I know.
You know how you will
I can't wait to talk to Stephanie. Like, I need a friend right now. This is crazy time.
Right.
And so into the book, it sounds like, cultivating gratitude was one of the sections as well. And for me, it really helps me to say what I'm grateful for, whether it's in the car or journaling or whatnot. And the importance of setting clear intentions. Do you want to talk a little bit about like intention setting and obviously, like, if you put out there something negative, then doesn't that kind of bring that negative to you a little more than anything that positive that you might ultimately want?
Right. So the negative, attracting the negative when you're saying the negative, what it really is your subconscious mind will never make you a liar. So if you're walking around saying, I'm broke, that's expensive, dating is hard, dating apps suck, well, then that's the experience because it won't make you a liar.
Yeah.
So it's shifting that with a clear intention of, okay, if I'm trying to bring love into my life, and the 3D is, lagging behind, but how can I get my brain and my subconscious mind to look for evidence that I already have so much love in my life, and it's only a matter of time before the 3D realm catches up.
Right.
So when I write in my journal, and writing my love letters to the universe, I write it as if it's already happened.
What's the tone of that? Like, is it, I'm so grateful for, I'm so thankful for XYZ?
Yes, you can start out saying, I'm so grateful. I'm so happy. I'm so grateful that I now have this in my life. And a really powerful thing that I just kind of started doing as well, because of course, when the fears come up, I don't shy away from it or push it away and toxic positivity my way
Right. That's
forward. I love to write, remember when I was really scared that I would be alone forever? That seems so silly now. Everything worked out and I now have my dream relationship.
Right.
Or remember when I was so afraid that I wasn't going to get that job, or that all the jobs I had been applying for, nothing was happening. I was so scared. And obviously that seems so silly now. So writing that, like throwing that into your writing, it really helps just kill the anxious thoughts.
It's like an actively, it's an active way to transmute that energy at the end of the day. It's brilliant. Thanks, Stephanie.
Just a little tiny
manifestation
hacks.
I'm gonna work on that. I mean, the time is flying by, but I would really love to get into kind of like your work and seeing you in action and something that we call our healing minutes. So a gift from Stephanie for all of us to take home today, think about, manifest in our own way, which I believe, are you thinking of sharing like a timeless guided meditation for us today?
I would love to offer a timeless mini tarot reading today. But I have my cards. When I read tarot, this is how I do it. I give it a couple of knocks, clear the energy, and then I shuffle. So if you are seeing this, again, this message is timeless and it was meant for you. It was meant for me. It was meant for Destin. This is really something for all of us. And I put my cards face down. I don't look at them because we're not thinking about them until we're ready to turn them over. Oh, I love this. Okay. So our first card is the Knight of Cups. So knights in tarot, they're bringing something to you. And a lot of times it's really hard to be patient and wait for that. Cups in the tarot represent emotions. It can represent love, relationships, really something that's going to touch your heart and bring something that you're going to really enjoy. And with emotions, we're always looking for safety. So there's something that's on its way. You can be patient for it, even if you can't see it right now. And where that knight is heading to, let me turn it this way. It's going right to the Ten of Pentacles. And the Ten of Pentacles is a card of the earth element, which is connected to health. It's connected to resources and money. And tens, in tarot, it goes ace through 10, just like in playing cards. And so when you reach the 10, that is the point where you've kind of accumulated everything. So this is a card of wealth, of stability, of having a happy home, all of your things. You can see there's multi-generations depicted on this card. There's a little kid, there's a dog, there's a couple, and there's an older gentleman here that could represent a father figure, but basically it's having everybody taken care of. So this knight is on its way bringing good news about resources and health, which I really love for all of us, because when things are feeling really uncertain and unstable, it's really hard to believe that this is part of the process and that in the quantum field, there's a timeline where you already have these things. And so this is confirmation that it's on its way. And I also wanted to share, so for those of you who are thinking about getting into tarot, maybe feeling intimidated of where to start, or you just want to start using tarot for your daily practice, I start my day every day and I ask my tarot deck the same 3 questions. So after I, have a nice cup of coffee, settle into a quiet space for a few minutes, take deep breaths to ground my energy, shuffle my deck, and the first question that I ask is, what energy am I being invited into today? And when I pull my card again, I don't look at it. It's always face down because I don't want to start thinking about it until I pulled all my cards. And my second question that I ask is, what is an action I can take today to be in alignment with my highest self on my highest timeline, to align with the energy of that invitation? Pull that card, lay it down. And then the third question that I ask is a message from the universe, from spirit, from God, whatever it is that you connect to. Ask them, whether it's your ancestors or a version of yourself in the future that is already living on the timeline, that has everything that you're calling in. What message do they have for you? Kind of like a little mentorship. And then when you're ready, flip those cards over. And then I write them down and I journal about what those images spark for me, what they bring up. When I'm reading tarot, I really like to notice the colors, the action that's happening on each card. Does it make me feel sad? Does it make me feel happy? What are the first intuitive impressions that come up for you? And that can really give you a more intuitive approach to tarot, rather than quickly flipping to the guidebook to be like, okay, what does this mean? What does it mean? Ask yourself, what does it mean to you first? And then write those things down. I like to take a picture of it and see how it plays out throughout the day.
Well, thank you so much, Stefanie. This was amazing. Such a special experience. I welcome everyone to continue the journey with Stefanie. After the show, be sure to check out her brand new book, Tarot for Manifestation. It's available now, as well as Guided Tarot is a perfect starting point for anyone kind of ready to start learning tarot themselves. You're available, I believe, on your website, moonvoidtarot.com, MOONVOID tarot.com. And then you're available on Instagram and TikTok too, Moon Void Tarot. And you have some awesome messages every day. So can't wait to follow you. Thank you so much for being here. And remember, to everyone at home, your path is sacred. Stay true, stay you. I'm Destin. This is Fatum. Until next time, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for watching Fatum, where we trust our intuition and be our greatest self. Continue the journey with me on YouTube at Fatum Poetry by Destin and at fatumpoetry.com.